to advertise a potato crisp called Smith's Crisps, which was very difficult to say. And maybe a year later, I went for another audition. And it was the same director, so I imagined that I still am going to be talking about Smith's Crisps. Anyway, not at all. It wasn't until I got home that my agent said that I got a part in the Beatles film.
Indeed, and I remember that. You see, everyone remembered that TV commercial in England. Do you remember what your catchphrase was you had to say at the end? It's Smith's Crisps. Do you remember that one?
I had to say it with a lisp, and I tried so many times, and I was hopeless. I was absolute rubbish at doing a lisp, so they had to get somebody else's voice to do it.
So you got that part in A Hard Day's Night, and you were there. It was actually the first day of filming. They'd just come back from America, and there you were, and you met them, and you know that was obviously for so many people quite a dream job to get a job working on the Beatles film. What recollections do you have of that first day?
Well, of course, the idea is really exciting to be meeting them, and I was very nervous. The only downside to this all was I had to wear a school uniform. And I thought this was not an attractive look when I'm meeting these very famous, good-looking people. And so I felt a bit miserable, but anyway, nothing I could do about it. We got on the train, and it took off from Paddington Station. And then it stopped about 20 minutes later at a very small station. Nobody on the platform except 4 little figures. And I thought, oh my God, that's them. The train stopped, and they jumped on and came into our carriage and introduced themselves. They were so polite, we couldn't believe it. They were charming.
And by the way, I know you were a little reticent about wearing the schoolgirl uniform. I think you later understood that all Englishmen like girls in schoolgirl uniform.
I did realise that later.
You had ended up having conversations with everybody, but George seemed to make a little bit of a beeline for you, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He made sure that he was sitting next to me when we had